Hello, welcome back to another episode of Tuda's Drinking Beer. My name is Josh.
My name is Alec.
Sorry, I can't think sometimes.
No, it's cool. I just, it's important for me to match the pace. That way I know what kind of show we're having. It's going to be a bad show today, guys. We're sorry.
I disagree.
It's all Josh's fault.
I don't think so. I think we're going to have a good day.
We always do.
Especially considering that I feel like it's been forever since we've done a show.
It does feel like it's been a minute.
Because we did stuff on Wednesday night, so it really feels like there's been...
What did we do Wednesday night?
We went out. We went out to a bar for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah, it was St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, wow. That made the whole week blurry.
Yeah, it feels like it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it did. Does that.
Words are hard.
Do
Today
that.
is Monday the 22nd to date this for all of the historians out there that are watching this in like 70 years. Years 2021.
For all the people trying to learn our lessons that we're teaching you for the future.
Today's 2DDBFFOTD, the fun fact of the day, the be now, the butthole.
The butthole.
Is that research suggests that yawning may play an essential role in cooling our brains. I kind of knew that because it puts more oxygen up there. But I don't know about the cooling. That's new to me.
What do they mean by cooling? Just like chill. If it's like chill out, brain. Here's a yawn.
Well,
And it's like, all right,
because your brain can't get too hot, otherwise you die.
homeboy's cooling. I mean, you can't get too hot on your skin or you die. I mean,
Yeah, but your brain is way more sensitive.
well, that
My
sucks.
mom's food is here.
Well, that's probably why it's like bad to get like a fever, right? Because it's like,
Well, yeah, if your fever is too high,
well, the thing is too, it's also like it's bathing in a vat of like liquid, so like
you'll boil your brain.
yeah, you're boiling it too. It's like, it's not just that your brain's warm; it's that everything around your brain and the liquid surrounding your brain is probably cooking every little part of the surface area. You know, so that's why I can see it getting dangerous. How you doing, Wasabi Plug? How's work? Also, ignore the 3-minute delay that we have between reading your texts and responding to you. It's a burden, but it is what it is.
You know, bring a laptop to work or a tablet.
Well,
instead of using a phone.
I wonder if... Oh, you think it's the phone on his end? Or if it's just... Because I was thinking maybe it's because that computer is hosting it, and then I'm basically just a viewer of the...
I mean, you'd see the delay regardless if you're watching it on your computer too.
Would it all be the synced up delay? Like plus or minus a second?
Yeah, it should be the same. Let me check it out on the mobile app. See what's going on over there.
Cool. In the meantime, what beer are we drinking?
Today we are drinking. I can't say that.
Chekovar.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna type it in. Chekovar. What beer are we drinking? You suck at
It's
that.
not too bad. Not too bad of a delay.
Oh,
So I'm gonna say delay on the count of 3, and I'm gonna see how long it takes for it to happen. Delay. I didn't count. 1, 2, 3. Delay. For it to happen. Delay. I didn't count. 1, 2, 3. Delay.
that's a solid 30 to 40 seconds.
Damn, dude.
That's a long fucking delay, actually.
Get on a computer.
Damn, bro.
You live like this?
Damn, girl, you live like this? Check VAR. Check VAR
They have a
homepage.
homepage.
Check VAR homepage, please.
The original Czech lager. This is for Padis.
Since 1895, Czech VAR has brewed the
Okay,
finest.
we just want to know how to say it.
Oh, well, fucking, I'm just. Wow, okay. You don't want me to read something about a beer on a beer drinking show?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Like, no, if you got something better.
Oh, go.
All right, cool.
Go.
Since 1895, Czech VAR has brewed the finest Czech lager in the world, made using local ingredients and aged to perfection in our cellars. In I don't know how to say that or that south or that. Our brewery is still
You
owned.
can't say Bohemia?
Bohemia. There, I said it. But read the other words. Our brewery is still owned by the people of Czech Republic. Wow.
Budajovic?
Budajovic? Why fucking why don't
And Jeski.
and you couldn't read the name of the beer? Greetings from the Republic of Beer. I like that. That sounds cool. Yo, I gotta go to Czech Republic someday because this place seems like the tits. Czech var pronunciation. I can't even spell pronunciation right. Here's a blonde person.
In the European Union, it is known as Budweiser Budvar, which is obviously the one I have. In the United States and Canada, it is known as Czechvar.
Czechvar.
So
Okay.
they said it's their Budweiser. It's their Budweiser of the Czech Republic. So, without further ado, swish.
I'm farther away. That was not even
Airball.
close.
I don't like the smell. Here we go.
Smells like beer.
That's just
It's
like,
like Bud Light.
No, it's not Bud Light.
Well, yeah, you drink Bud Light. too
It's
much,
more
too.
like an Estella, but
an Estella.
Stella. Sorry, Stella. More like a Stella. A Stella.
Yeah, it's just like a light beer.
Mm-hmm. It's not bad. It's very Stella Artois ish. Is it?
All I know is I could drink a lot of them.
Yeah. These aren't cold enough for me personally,
I'd put yours
but
back in for a
Oh,
little
that's
bit.
cool. Those will chill up over time.
Ideally.
But yeah, they're good. I get a super strong Stella vibe. It's just like a Stella Artois to me. Czech var.
Original Czech lager.
Yeah. So
What's
it's
the ABV?
a little more sparkly.
5%?
Yeah, 5% by volume. So it's stronger than
Our domestics.
Budweiser or whatever you said. Yeah. Bottled September 23rd, day after my birthday.
Oh, it's not bad. I like it.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I am a fan.
I'm a Czech var believer. Owned by the people of Czechoslovakia. Do you think it's actually owned by like a people? Is it a nation state kind of deal or like Czech var property laws? Business laws? Are they a
I
common?
think that's just the name
What's
of the
the,
beer. Are you looking for the country?
Yeah, hang on. Czech
Czechia?
Republic.
Oh, they're called Czechia now?
Is it politics system? Political? What are we? We're democracy. What do you call a democracy? Like, what's the idea? Like,
Buddy, we need you.
Buddy, my dude.
I'm doing good, guys. I'm a little hungover. Every Monday, dude. Just here's the key, man. Mondays, you're hungover. So Sunday, take it easy. Simple.
Get your shit together.
Fixed that.
Yeah, solve your problem.
How are we doing? I'm doing well.
I'm doing fan-fucking-tastic.
I've been a little depressy the past couple days, but
You've been depressy?
yeah.
Why are you depressy?
I don't know, but when I like the past couple days at work, I've just not been having a good day.
Like shitty customers, or you can't do your job, or you're like, why am I not going anywhere in life? What is it?
It's mainly that one.
No, yeah, okay. Nailed it.
Because
It usually is that one.
Friday I picked up a shift, and so I wasn't doing anything that like I usually do, and that's why I wanted to, because it's new stuff, it's fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to two other girls that were doing it too, and it's flexible fulfillment, picking the online orders, getting those ready. And I was talking to them, and we were talking about the new guy, the new executive team leader who was hired for the seasonal to help out the store. And he was supposed to go to another store, but he's staying at ours. Found out, I asked him how old he was, like, back in fucking November. He's like, I'm 35. And I was like, oh, cool, you look good for your age.
Damn, he's like, and you're not even joining the Navy yet, huh?
No, but I was talking to these girls yesterday, and they're like, yeah, he's 22. And I was just like, no, I hate him. Fuck him.
Did he lie about his age to you?
Yeah, he probably didn't want me to feel bad because he knew I was older than him.
Damn, bro.
And so that just made me
More mad.
fucking mad. Because here he is, fresh out of college with a degree, which my mentor said that they're not really going to do anymore. Here they are still doing it.
But what'd they do? They hired him as a higher up position than you?
Executive team leader. So the only person he answers to is the store director, the general manager of the store.
All right, but like
at 22, salaried.
his dumbass still went to college for all those years to work at a
For
Target.
4 years
So, I
to
mean...
make like $70,000 off the bat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess that's not terrible. I don't know, dude. I still fall back on that idea of, like, when I talk to people, they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, an audio engineer. And they're like, that's such a cool job. I was like, thanks, I'm poor. And meanwhile, I know people who are bartenders who make, like, $70,000 a year, you know? And they're like, yeah, but, like, I'm a bartender. And, like, you're doing what you want to do. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, you could, like, afford things. And I was in a conversation one day, and I was like, isn't it crazy how people go to college and, like, they're, like, the executive CFO of McDonald's? But at the end of the day, you still just work for McDonald's. Like, granted, you make a lot of money, but, like, no one's going to come up to you and be like, what do you do for a living? You're not going to say, I work at McDonald's. You're going to say, I'm a CFO.
I would say I'm a CFO at McDonald's.
Sure, but I feel like most people avoid that, like, distinctiveness. Like, they'll be like, I am a CFO, or I'm a corporate accounts manager for a business. Or they'd be like, oh, I'm a corporate accounts manager. Or, like, there's always have you seen How I Met Your Mother? There's a scene where Barney's like, always tell the it's actually The Office. The character Ryan is like, he came into a bunch of money and he's always wearing a suit now. And he's like, all you got to do is tell the woman you're into banking. And I thought about that and I was like, bro, you could like work at Bank of America and be like, I'm in banking.
That's kind of like the term that people on TikTok use as being an accountant. We talked about this a while ago, where like if people ask you what you're doing, you're like, "Oh, I'm not doing anything," or like you're not really comfortable about saying what you do.
Did you fart?
No,
that's nasty. That
you
smells
just
something nasty.
tell people you're an accountant because they don't really ask questions, or like if you're like an actor, I'm like, "Oh, what have you done?" I'm like, "Oh, I want to be an actor too," and people like they get all jazzy when you say like certain cool jobs.
When you talk about your dreams,
like
don't talk about your dreams in public.
Oh, like I'm an accountant. They usually just stop fucking asking you questions.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. And then they fuck off to something else.
But that's the funniest part, man. Is like, look, man. No discredit to this guy. Obviously, I don't know him, but like, it is one of those things in my head. It's like I'm sure any of us could do that job. The thing is, he has the degree, and that's why he's getting that job.
Yeah, but I have the experience.
That's what I'm saying too. Is like they just didn't fast track you.
And that's why I see all these people
down with the system, bro.
I see all these people get these promotions and whatnot. I'm like, okay, yeah, I haven't been doing retail my whole life, but I have.
But neither is that motherfucker. He's 22.
Yeah, he's fresh off the boat. And meanwhile, it's like I have the experience. I've been a manager for 3 years. It doesn't matter if it's food or not. It's the same principles.
It's fucking either. At the end of the day, it's still a spreadsheet. Which is my point. Is like no matter what no matter what job you do, no matter what business you're in, it always comes down to like spreadsheets and income.
It's just telling people what to do.
Yeah, exactly. And like you can figure that out, bro. Like no matter what position you are, no matter who you are, like
yeah.
That's annoying. I remember at Pizza Rev too, they did the same thing. They're like, we want to promote people from within, and then they got everyone from Oxnard, and then they hired like the GM's best friend or whatever as GM. And I was like, come on, dude. Like any of us are better suited for this position because we know the store and we know the people.
I've thought about it, Raul.
Damn. The magic's burning out already? I feel like just a few podcasts ago, you were like, I love Target.
Here's the thing. I do love my job. What I don't like is my work center. I fucking hate working in home.
What's
now.
a work center? Oh, work center?
The area that I work in. I work in the home department, and I fucking hate it.
The area of focus.
It's one of the biggest areas in the store, and it's just me by myself.
By my dolo.
I'm fighting for my fucking life.
I'm fucking for my fucking life out here.
And it just sucks.
You're killing me.
So on Saturday, I went in early. They asked me to come in early, and I was like, yeah, sure. Work 7 to 3. Work 7 to 3 Saturday and Sunday. And so I'm there before the store opens, like a full hour, pushing my department. It was candles. And fuck working candles. It sucks.
I think I would love that.
It's nice smelling all the smells, and it's sensory overload, and that's cool.
That's chill.
It took me 5 hours to do one thing.
I would be okay with that. I would be like, you having a good day? Yes. Thank you.
And then it's like, okay, well, why didn't you get everything else done that you needed to do? because you have a workload for the day.
Well, was your job to organize
need to get
candles for
done.
5 hours or organize candles for 1 hour?
My job is to push everything that came off the truck that day, and that the candles were from the day before. Candles were from Friday.
So you're just behind.
Yeah, I've been behind for a year and a half right now.
I mean, I don't know.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, I don't know.
So every day I go to work and I do what I'm supposed to do, I'm depressed. I hate it. I don't see anything
I feel
happening.
like this is a super out of nowhere turn. I gotta be honest with you, bro. Like a few days ago, I feel like we were at Target buying whatever the fuck, and I was like, Target
I
again?
love doing anything that isn't home. Like
Then tell them. Get that figured out.
They know that, and they're supposed to be working on it. And they're
supposed to be promoting you, and they're like, hey, this 22-year-old.
They know.
That asshole really lied about his age?
Yeah.
What a douche. Did you look
I know,
35?
right? No.
That's why, huh?
That's why I said you look really good for your age. Mm-hmm. Because he doesn't look old at all.
And he's like, oh, this guy's gay. Don't let him take my position. You should sue him. You should be like, I'm gay, and when you lied to me, it was
I'll fight him in the parking lot.
against the law. It was discriminatory because you thought I was gay. And he's like, you're not gay? You're like, I'm not gay, but I am gay because I want to sue you now.
But like yesterday, I started in bulk plastics, like the big, big fucking storage bins. Started with that. Loved it. Loved every second of it. Didn't have any doubts in my mind about my job. Everything was fun.
It sounds like you're at a very fragile place in life.
Yeah.
If you can change...
I'm drowning with my log, man.
If you could change from like this part of Target to that part of Target and be like, no doubts, no second guessing.
It will save my mental.
Is it just like a depressive thing? You're just sad because you're... Is it the monotony of it or the behind feeling of it?
It's the sense of like, no matter what I do, it's always like not going to be good enough because
It won't be.
I know.
Sorry.
I know that, but like
It's Target. It's too big. You're just one man.
If I'm in a smaller department, I can get everything done.
So you want to be master of a department.
I mean, I have so as a DBO, as a dedicated business owner, I'm already the master of my department.
You're a dedicated business owner?
Yes.
How so?
That's just what I'm called. I'm called a DBO.
That's a dumb name.
Okay. That's just Target. That's the Target culture. That's the lingo.
Fuck Target culture. It's gay.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Stupid.
It's whatever.
No, I don't want to.
I tried to get them.
I have no other response to that. I've talked about this with Josh many a time. I'm not going to go work at Target.
You apply.
I'm not working with you fuckers ever again.
The other closing expert, the guy who didn't walk out, said to apply, Raul. So, hop on that. And so, I forgot what I was saying. DBOs. So I'm already the master of my department, but I don't have the tools or the time to get what needs to be done. And it makes me feel like shit because my area always looks like a mess. So I'm supposed to be going to sporting goods, but some other fucking team leader bitch who used to be in style, and the holiday she went to back room team
Starting
leader.
to feel like if any of them watch the podcast, this is not helping.
The only people who
your
watch the
stance.
podcast are my coworkers. What's up, Jacob? You watch it on YouTube. He asked me the other day.
Hi,
like,
Jacob.
How do you come into work after doing so many shows? And I'm like, dude, we only recorded on Mondays and Wednesdays. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Hello, Jacob.
No, that's cool though. Like this is the benefit of like us figuring our shit out and being like, this day and this day we're recording, we're doing this thing, and then Tuesday, Thursday,
Show goes live.
So it's like 4 days out of the week. Like you could either catch it live or you could catch it the day after. Yeah. So we look super busy.
Yeah,
but
really we're not.
The truth is we edit it in a day. Post it in a... Oh, we don't even have to edit it that much anymore, but...
No, because everything's done live.
Yeah.
Everything's done live.
Hey, live. Ooh.
I was supposed to go back and forth, but it didn't end up working
out. Look how fucking... We're starting over. Look how fucking big my head is compared to yours.
You're also closer to the camera, so perception.
Either way.
So this fucking team leader has been on this leave of absence for who knows how long. Mm-hmm. She was supposed to go to general merchandise, and she's taking over the home area on paper, but she hasn't been around. Who knows where the fuck she is? That was when I was my happiest, because in the holidays was when I started to hate home. Like the department, not my home life.
I was gonna say that's like the saddest sentence I've ever heard.
Just want to make that clear. Holidays is when I started to hate my job. And so
that was 4 months ago. Almost 4 months ago.
yeah.
Jesus, bro. Why don't you?
I've been suffering for that long.
And you haven't even said anything. We still shop at Target for our shit. Stop going there.
No, I like the rest of the store. I just don't like my department. Like,
damn, bro.
Friday was some of the best fun I had. I was just walking around the whole store getting shit.
See, that'd be fun.
Doing flex.
That
was a lot of fun.
That'd be doable. I don't know if I could do one department either.
Yesterday, I was in charge of flex.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun, too.
Let me ask you something. Do you think the 22-year-old dude, got that job because of the degree or just because he applied for it? Because
both.
If you went online and applied for something, I think you could probably get that job just by citing your resume and experience. Honestly, I think that's enough to be like, look, like, I've done this, this, and this, and like, I've done it.
My availability is what's holding me back. And they've told me that. Because you need to be available.
Sadly, that does make perfect sense.
You need to be available for 40 hours a week.
Sadly, that does make perfect sense because you're going to school. But that being said, don't you think it's more of a realization to be like, wow, maybe I don't need school. If I have the experience now, I can just go apply for that job at a Target in another city or another place with that job and say, this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to get paid.
The degree is more to help me if I can't become a team leader at Target. So I can go do
other things.
Yes.
Got it. Man, it boggles my mind, man, because in my mind, there's no frame of reference. I was talking a few days ago with Lyndon about this. We were talking about like the business and how we're like trying to move and shit. And he's like, you got to just expand.
Yes.
And I was like, you're absolutely right. I get it, right? But for someone to come up to me and be like, you should try being an electrician, I'd be like, you know what? At the end of the day, like, electricity was founded. And I know this is like some like fucking whack like saying, but like bear with me. Just for the main idea.
Yeah.
I was like, being an electrician was founded. People like also at one time were like, eat this plant, it makes you feel better. And they didn't know why. It was like the shaman of a tribe. Like being a doctor was like a thing you just did.
It was accidental.
Yeah, you just did it. You ate some plants and you found out what plants were good.
And I've already quit school once.
This is temporary. Did you? I'm only on break because of fucking
for a
COVID.
solid year and a half.
And you still got it done faster than me.
Yeah, and I still got a fake degree.
Yeah.
Talk about that in a minute.
But basically, I'm saying like people who are doctors, bro, like they didn't go to school at one point. At one point, they're just like, I've learned if you eat this plant, I don't know why, but if I've eaten enough plants, this helps with pain, and it'll help with inflammation, and it'll help you get some sleep, and that's gonna make you feel right as rain tomorrow. And people did, and people were like, well, that's just the shaman. The shaman says so. The only difference is now is like people are like, you need to be educated, and I'm not discouraging doctors getting an education. I think that's super important. But at the end of the day, I've seen people who can walk up to a pinball machine. My landlord's son, Jake, walks up to a pinball machine that we have in the house, rewires it, and fixes it. And I'm like, how did you know how to do that? He's like, I just touch wires together until it works. And I was like, and it just did? He's like, yeah, eventually he was going to do it. Like, he just has that mentality. So, like, someone who wants to be, like, a doctor or something, or a team leader or a business owner, like, at a certain point, you kind of just got to do it and be like, you know what?
Operate on the neighbor's dogs.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Well, that's how psychopaths happen.
But that's the thing is, like, eventually, like, there's enough people who are like, yo, like, take someone in the military, right? They get military trained how to, like, stop the bleeding from a bullet wound. They do that, and then at a certain point, they're like, okay, I can handle seeing blood, and I could operate in very high. I can imagine a more high pressure place than a fucking active battlefield to be like performing surgery or like cauterizing a wound. That's gotta be the fucking worst. If you could do that, bro, and this dude was like, I need a surgeon. I'd be like, yeah, like if that guy did it in a battlefield, like he could probably do it in a sterile environment. Like, teach him.
Yeah.
My point being is these things didn't exist before the degree. We as humans could figure this out without the degree, and they have.
The degree is only there to
waste your time and money
for licensing, so you can't really get sued.
But that's the thing, you still get sued as doctors if you botch a surgery. It still happens.
Yeah, but it's also not as common.
I guess, but at the end of the day,
malpractice is so rare. Because you sign all those waivers.
Well, then it's not rare. It's just unable to be done because
that's why it's rare.
You sign the waiver. that tells me that all you need to do is have a friend who's a lawyer, and then you can be like, write me up a contract that won't get me sued for doing this thing, as long as they sign it.
Yeah, that's why hospitals hire those people.
That's it then, I guess. I mean, Get a lawyer friend. Law school is the only school worth going to. That's what I've discovered in the last 2 minutes.
But if you don't need a degree and lawyers and debaters have already existed, then why go to law school in the first place?
Well, because laws are different than being able to debate and talk. Like, if you read books on the law, then you'll be more educated on how the system is working, as opposed to someone who can argue. If you get someone who can argue and discuss and debate, and then you teach them the laws and the way the mechanics of the system works, then they can navigate that area more strategically and better than someone who could just talk out their ass.
So, I mean, you could still do the same thing. Like, without going to school and be a lawyer.
Sure, but I think the access to law is, like, boring as hell, right? So, like, even if you watch C-SPAN every day, like, and you don't blow your brains out, there's going to be, like, how do you get, like, the law books that lawyers do? How do you get those same things?
Googaloo.
Galoo. You might have to buy them, and they might be expensive. But I also learned that, too, when I was in college, dude. One of my music teachers, I hate this guy with every breath of mine, but he's like, buy this book and then like do these sight readings. And you do the sight readings and you're like, how do you sight read? And he's like, read the book. And that bugged me, right? Because I'm like, I'm coming here for instruction. You're the instructor and you're not instructing me.
Well, the instruction is to read the book.
Sure. But at the end of the day, why am I paying a school for an instructor that's not instructing me when all I need is the book, apparently? That's bullshit. That's 100% bullshit.
You do pay like $20.
Huh?
You do pay like $20 a semester.
That's not... The amount of money I pay is not relevant here.
Sure.
The thing that's relevant is that there's a person who has a job and they're not doing it, and they're saying they're doing it because the book has all the information.
No, those kind of
if he wrote the book, maybe there's a debate to be like, look, you're in my class, it's my book, just read it, it's got everything you need to know. But there was not that. It was, this is what I did in school, so you have to do it in school. And that's not how it works. It's like, yo, I don't understand this, and you should have some obligation to explain it, or some capacity to know the words on how to explain it. So I do understand it, and you don't.
Do you know how to sight read?
I do now, after 3 years and 2 failed classes in each attempt.
How'd you learn?
I fucking worked with my colleagues, my classmates. I was like, what's this? They said, that's dough. I said, what's this? They said, that's Ray.
A drop of golden sun.
I said, what's this? They said, that's me.
A name I call myself.
I said, what's this? They say, fa.
A long way to go.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah, okay. And then I went through that, and then honestly, bro, so we were on here's what bugs me the most too. Like, we were on a system called movable dough. Not that this means anything to anyone ever, but
like money laundering?
Sure. Yeah, if you can associate it with that.
Moving dough. That's the joke I was making.
Way to go, Dad. Movable dough, right? Mm-hmm. So let's just say you're in the key of C. That means when you see a C note,
check,
you call C do.
Okay.
Pretty simple, right?
Sure.
So if C is do, then D is
Ray.
Ray. Good. Awesome. I thought we were doing something called not movable dough. It's not called not movable dough, but I didn't know we were doing movable dough. And no one sat down and explained it to me. No one told me it. Mm-hmm. So when I would sing the solfege, I would sing it fucking so wrong. On top of not hitting the right note. So everyone's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck is that
and
guy?
And the truth is, no one explained it to me. No one said, hey, what's going on? They just said, you're doing it wrong. And I said, what am I doing wrong? They're like, I don't know, figure it out. It was a lot of that. A lot of elitism, the exclusivity I'm talking about. Like, it's a lot of that, right? Mm-hmm. One day, one of my classmates came up to me after class and was like, hey, man, do you want some help with this? And I was like, yes. And he goes, so this is the key of C. C is do. And I was like, awesome. And he's like, so now we're in the key of B, right? So below do. Below do is T. Do, T. That's not even the right key.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah.
So it goes in a loop. He's like, if we go down to B, what is B? And I go, T. And he goes, that's the issue. When you go down to the new key, that new one becomes do. It's movable do. Wherever.
That's dumb.
But I didn't understand it until someone sat me down and was like, hey, man, you're fucking up a lot. Can I help you? And I was like, yes,
so
please.
Every key change is just do again.
Yep.
That's dumb.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
But essentially that's what was happening. And like, I didn't understand it. And no one was like, because everyone, like I said, is like between the age of 4 and 5 are taught instruments and all that from like a really early age. So by the time they get to like college, even college level, sight reading or music theory,
second nature.
It's basic instinct. It's like it's as easy as talking. It's like going to college and only learning like basic English and going back to like spelling tests of like spell barrel, spell
Barrel,
spell sign
or Le, one of the two. I still don't know that.
It's 2 R's, I'm pretty sure.
I said 2 R's. It's just the E and the L and
the point being for them, it's like stupid easy. And when there's new people who have never done music before, it's like, you're really behind us. And instead of saying like, hey, you're fucking up, this is movable do, let me explain it, they just go, well, if you don't know, you don't know. Which, let me explain one more thing real quick, because you got the coronavirus vaccine.
Yes.
And I called in to CVS and I was like, hey, howdy do. And they're like, sup, Alec?
We'll address you in a minute, Flex Tape.
Oh, what's up, Flex Tape? How's it going, bro? I fucking hate the school education. Don't even get me started on this education system, bro. So I called CVS and I was like, hey, howdy do. I'd like to get a shot. And it was all like voice automated, and it was like, to get a vaccine, press 1. And I was like, okay. To get eligibility, press 2. And I clicked on eligibility, and it was like, the government says these people can get shots. And I was like, that's it?
Yep.
And then they're like, yep. And then I was like, press 1. Let's get a fucking shot going. And I got connected. They're like, hi. Name, please. And I was like, Alec. And they're like, okay, are you on the VIP list? And I was like, what's the VIP list? And this lady goes, if you were on it, you would know. And I'm like, I just want to get a shot. And they're like, well, if you're not on the list, then you can't get the... And I was like, all right. She's like, thanks, bye, click.
I would definitely look up what...
I'm not qualified. I don't qualify.
I mean, it's changing every day. My parents got him today, are going to get at least half of them.
For sure. Oh, they're doing the 2 shots?
Well, yeah, and also half of them. Daniel's probably going to get it after.
For sure.
And so, I mean, I saw like on Twitter, someone I follow was like, yeah, we went to Dodger Stadium to get it. Touched her foot.
Hey.
And they were like, yeah, it was fucking empty. There was no one there. And they had to close early because there weren't enough people for all the shots they had.
Which is so crazy because it's like, dude, at the end of the day, like, just give them out to anyone who showed, like, at least be like, we're also taking walk-ins.
I'm sure you could just walk up if like a place is super slow, just fucking drive out to Echo Park, go to Dodger Stadium one day and be like, hey, when are you guys going to close? And I'll be like, 2 o'clock. I'll see you then.
I don't know, dude.
Because if no one's gonna, that's like why we're getting them. Because if no one else is gonna get it, it's just literally gonna
going
go
to waste.
It's gonna go to waste.
Yeah, dude.
That's why they're giving them to us, our employees.
Which is so crazy because it's like, it really is the South Park episode. It really is that. I didn't think it'd be, but it is.
Yeah.
So I brought this thing up about the Czech Republic. If you guys want me to read that, it's really short, but I discussed that earlier. And then also one thing I wanted to talk about with the vaccine, you got the vaccine and you have a bit of the virus in you, right?
Yes.
So
It's making the antibodies.
would you say you're contagious if you get the vaccine?
Are you contagious if you get the flu shot?
I don't know. I'm asking, bro.
No.
Okay. I was gonna say because like
I
if
thought you were posing like a
No.
philosophical question.
No. I truly don't know.
I'm not.
I'm
no.
trying to get the basis of like
No,
what
you
I'm
are
about
not
to say.
contagious.
Because I was gonna say like, wouldn't it be better if like you just coughed in my mouth and like got me?
See, it would have been better if I got my shot and then we did the blood pact.
Okay.
So, ligma,
Why?
because you didn't get my good blood.
I guess
You didn't get the vaccinated blood.
I didn't get the one that matters.
Yeah, we could do it again.
Nah. That shit just stopped hurting for me, by the way.
Mine stopped hurting like the next day.
Mine stopped hurting.
The
like,
skin is just a different color.
Mine stopped hurting like 3 days ago, and like it's it's always peeling and shit all the time now.
Put some lotion on, man.
Put some lotion on that bitch. I was just saying, like, it'd be funny if, like, I realized, like, all you have to do is, like, cough on all your friends because it's, like, it is the coronavirus, but it's the dead kind. So their body will just be, like, getting the dead coronavirus.
Kiss your homies goodnight.
But I guess it is maybe not, like, multiplying or whatever.
It's making the antibodies, so it's in the blood.
Mm-hmm.
So that's different. You need my white blood cells.
Damn. Is there, like, a protein shake kind of, like a Josh's blood cells?
Nope.
Damn. Okay.
So the Czech Republic is a...
So I found out it's got like a prime minister or a government, but the Czech Republic is a unitary parliamentary constitutional republic, which is a fucking mouthful, in which the president is the head of the state and the prime minister is the head of the government. Czech parliament is bicameral. The upper house of the parliament is the Senate. The lower house of the parliament is the Chamber of Deputies. So it kind of sounds vaguely like a democratic republic in America, but only 2 houses instead of 3. Or 2 checks and balances.
They just have the
checks and balances.
Well, they just have checks. They don't have balances.
That's fucking awesome. That's all I got for that. And then if you'd like to address
School education
Flex Tape's
system?
education system question.
I think it definitely varies upon level. Like, as soon as you... So the kindergarten, you don't really learn anything, like, impactful, except for, like, how to read. And then you go to, like, first grade. And then it's kind of just, like...
It's like reading and writing, and then, like, who's good at it? Let's fucking...
Yeah.
What's it called?
I like the paper with the lines to, like... Fucking...
Which is why you're still in college. You're still in school. I like the paper with the lines. Yeah,
But,
there
like,
we go.
And there's the dotted line in between them to, like, for your letter spacing and whatnot.
Oh, when you're learning it?
Yeah, like shapes and, like, how to fucking draw the letters.
It's grooming, bro. It really is. Like, you know how when people like...
Well, that's all school is, really.
Yeah, they're like, who can read and write? All of you can? Well, I taught you. Who's the best at it? You.
Kids are, like, throwing bows.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Who can carry the most chairs? Me. I'm a strong boy.
You gotta impress those girls at the church, man.
And then after elementary school, you go into middle school, at least.
Which is just where you find out, like, who's got the most acne.
And really nothing matters.
And, like, who's, like, the most social. Then you go to high school, and it's just that, like, amped up by 10.
The best part about the school system is that, thanks to George Bush, literally nothing before high school matters. With a No Child Left Behind.
It's true.
So there really is no such thing as being held back in the United States.
It's just how stupid are you?
Unless your parents want it to happen. You can, I don't know how, but you could fail every single elementary school class, even though, like, the grades are, like, S and, like, E. They're not, like, actual letter grades.
Satisfactory. Excellent. Well, they are letter grades.
Well, not like the traditional letter grade system of A, B, C, D, F.
Let's use A, B, C, D, E, F.
Exemplary.
It's funny because I've only ever seen people get D's or F's. No one ever gets those E's.
No, they'll be super rare.
Crazy.
And then,
Can I get another?
yeah. And then you go to high school, and then everything you learned in like middle school doesn't apply.
At all. Ever.
And then you get thrown to the wolves in college. The college education system is how it I wouldn't even say how it should be because it really depends on your professors. Like as
Also, we're probably not going to like the greatest college in the world,
no, I'm going to the cheapest in my area.
but like all I know for sure is like I've had a bunch of teachers who should not be teachers. That's all I know for sure. Like,
That happens too.
have you ever gone to McDonald's and you're just like, I'll have a Big Mac and they get your order wrong, and you're like, come on, dude. Like, if you hate your job that much, like, get a new job. That's teachers to me. Like, I've met 3 or 4 good teachers that really changed my life.
You don't like it? Drop.
Every other teacher, yeah, doesn't give a fuck about you. They have tenure and they don't give a shit. They're like, read the book, and if you fail, I don't give a shit. Who wants it? And I get that. Who wants it more?
Matthew Morgan.
Matthew Morgan was one of my favorites. But at the end of the day, it's like, I think the system is flawed in the sense that you have a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing and don't want to do it. And at the end of the day, I think a teacher is someone who can sit down and understand how somebody learns and make adjustments for that. Like, I like the idea of like an apprenticeship or an internship, because that's where everyone says they learn. Because if I'm Josh's apprentice and he's showing me how to edit, I'm going to take the first 2 weeks and watch him edit, and I'm going to learn something. And then after those 2 weeks, Josh is going to be like, okay, now you edit, and then I'll edit. And it's the experience that I have. I go to school, and I'm like, how do I sing? And they're just like, read the book. How do I read music? Read the book. How do you, and answer me this, how do you read something you don't know how to read yet? And they're telling me to read it.
Read the text beforehand.
There's no text in music books. It's just music.
Oh,
it's
well.
just dictated music.
There's no like prologue.
Nope. It's literally just fucking name of the book, author, sheet music for 200 pages. And you have to not learn everything, but you have to get through everything.
Go on Chegg.
The point being is...
YouTube University.
The point being is, if it was an apprenticeship or an internship or anything like that, any real teacher would sit down and be like, okay, Alec, you clearly don't understand what movable dough is. I'm going to take a second and explain movable dough to you. And I get it if everyone in the class is also around and they're like, we all know what movable dough is. Why is Alec holding up the class? At the end of the day, you're not teaching shit anyway. You're telling us to read the fucking book.
I think it would matter more if teachers got paid based on students' grades.
Elaborate.
So, like, if a student performs well, if they get an A, the teacher gets paid more than if a student gets an F in their class.
Like, sure. Yeah. And that's
Because then
the
they
thing,
would give
right?
a shit
Like,
more, because then they'd make more money.
and that's what I'm saying, too, is like, for me, the dilemma is I always hear, like, teachers need more money. And I'm like, look, I know this is controversial. I don't think teachers need more money because I've never had good teachers who gave a shit about me. I've had 3. Victoria Odino, Matthew Morgan, and my history teacher in college. I don't remember his name, but those are the 3 teachers who were like just good people who would be like, do you not get this? And then they would sit down and explain it to you. And then you'd get it. You'd understand. They'd learn their students. They'd understand their students, and then they'd show their students how to understand what they're teaching them. That's what being a teacher is. A lot of people just are teachers with tenure who say, I give grades, I do this, I do that, and I walk away with a check. I don't like that. I don't fucking like that at all. I don't think that's beneficial for the teacher. I don't think that's beneficial for the student. I don't think it's beneficial for the people around them who now have to suffer with their poorly educated asses and live in the society that those people do. And
I think that's only okay if you teach like a intro course or like a 100 course or like a 101.
Sure.
Because then it doesn't fucking matter. Like if I'm just taking the class, like I'm taking intro to sociology. So sociology 100. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm not going to use anything. I put in like half the effort. So I don't give a shit.
That's a great question, Flex Tape. He says, I think you already talked about this, about the student fails the class. It is the teacher's fault. How much accountability does the student have to pass?
All of it.
The student has a lot of accountability too, but
they have all, it's their responsibility to pass.
But it is also it's the teacher's job to teach, right? So
Yes.
if it's the student's job to pass the class, passing a class isn't hard. A D is passing.
Mm-hmm.
So let's clear
It
that
just
up.
doesn't count towards degree credit.
Let's just clear that out of the way. It's not hard to pass.
No.
A D is passing. I've passed 2 classes in college with D's. Not proud.
59.9.
Not proud of it, but hey, I passed. The only way to fail a class is to get an F. So it's not hard to fucking. It's not hard to pass. Let's get that out of the way. It is hard, and I will acknowledge this, to teach someone something that they don't care about. But at the end of the day, the teacher needs to be able to put that aside emotionally, because I think a lot of the teachers you see, like, who have like mental like collapses and start screaming at kids,
They're passionate.
no, they're dumb.
They're passionate about what they like.
No.
Hit your kids.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like that's where it gets messy too, right? Because it's not even like if a student wants to pass, you could do your homework and do the tests, and like you'll pass.
Cheat. It's easy.
You'll be fine. Like it's not hard to pass. It is hard to teach, but having that being said, the teacher should give a shit. And in my experience, and what I've seen online and covered in news, it's just a lot of teachers not doing a good job and then saying we want more money and we'll do a better job with more money. And I don't think that's going to be the case.
I think it also depends on like grade level as well, because if you have like little kids, they like fucking thinking about my grade school classrooms. They're all like decorated cool, like not coolly, but like nicely, and they have like learning shit on all the walls, and that usually comes out of the teacher's pocket. Because so I guess they give a fuck. I don't fucking remember. They probably cared. And so if they're paying for that themselves, that shows they're a good teacher.
I don't think it shows that they're a good teacher.
I mean, it shows they care.
My roommate bought a new shower curtain, and she wanted it to be black and white so it matches something else that one of the other roommates bought. I don't think it means she cares about me being a good roommate or her being a good roommate. I think she just wanted the aesthetic or the feeling. She just wanted that image there.
So if you're chilling in a classroom, that's all just whiteboard, no windows.
But here's the thing also too, like how much are you doing for your class when you hang up the alphabet across the upper half of your
Well, if you got
wall?
kids that are retarded like me and who's a visual learner
Great.
and got to see it, that helps me a lot. I confused my B's and D's when I was a kid, writing them out because they look the same, just one's mirrored.
Yeah, I did too. And then I got over it because I passed second grade. But at the end of the day, it wasn't because that thing was hung up.
Did you pass because you passed, or did you pass because Mr. Bush?
I passed because of Mr. Bush. But the point being, look, that doesn't matter. But
Irrelevant.
But look, I mean, it's a weird argument to say because someone invests money for the decorations in a classroom, they give a shit. I think that's bullshit. I think if somebody gives a shit, I think the effort would be shown in the education of the students. If someone gives a shit about football, they're going to be at least bare minimum in shape because they're going to be playing football and exercising every day.
Depends on their position, but yeah.
No, every day. The punters are in shape.
Oh, if you're like your O line or D line, like
Sure, but you could still probably outrun me. You're in shape. You might be big, but you're in shape. You can be fat and in shape, bro. It's a thing.
I guess.
You could totally be fat and in shape. You could be big and run an 8-minute mile. You know, it's one of those things.
Bro.
Despite the beer gut.
buckets.
That's totally a thing. So you could be fat and in shape, or just in shape and play your position, right?
I just think that I would learn a lot better if a teacher had extra resources to help.
Sure, but to say that an alphabet on the top of the wall is an extra resource is just bullshit. Because at the end of the day,
It's different to that's
a teacher could be able to sit down and be like, okay, well, a teacher could sit down with you and be like, okay, well, this is a D and this is a B. The teacher could find a way to formulaically explain to you
Well, they did both.
the different. Well, then that's probably what helped, and not so much the sign above the class. Yeah, dude, I don't think I would like to go to school right now because of COVID. And that's why I'm not going to school right now.
It's made it easier for me, but I also haven't learned anything
That's the point too.
in 3 semesters.
So how could you say any of your teachers are good?
I haven't said they're good.
Are your teachers good? Are your teachers bad?
The only one I don't like is my sociology professor, but
Yeah,
I
it
also
is.
haven't fucking seen this dude or met him. I know his name is Dan. That's it. He had a survey today. Well, I mean, it's for tomorrow, but I did it today. About, like, after our midterm, like, how's the course going? And he was like, what resources do you like in the class? And I was like, I haven't fucking looked at any of them. He was like, be honest. Because, I mean, they can see when you open, like, a module and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't fucking opened any of them. So I just kind of, it's 1 point. It doesn't matter. Ooh. If I lose the point, ooh, what am I going to do?
Well, that's you as the student being like, 1 point's not going to matter. I can still pass with this grade.
I'll get a minimum 75 if I do everything except for the discussions.
Which is passing.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to pass that class.
Nope.
Great. So what would that teacher have to do for you to learn that topic?
Well, I mean,
Because you're going to pass it, it sounds like, no matter what.
if I was in person, it'd be
So-
a lot
so-
different. There'd
so-
be a lot less, like, discussions.
Sure, but you're not in person,
Online.
and this is what we're facing.
Yes.
So it's still an issue. It doesn't become,
I would like to learn sociology. I think that'd be cool.
but you're not learning sociology
nope.
because,
Because I got to teach myself. I don't like that.
Your Honor, I rest my case. Your Honor, I rest my fucking case.
I didn't mind learning calculus online. That was fun. So I was also talking to these coworkers who said one of my bosses was 22, and they were like, "Oh, math sucks. Like I'm dreading when I have to take statistics." And I was like, "Statistics is fucking easy. All you need to do is learn how to read, and I can't even do that."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I passed with a C, and I can't even fucking read."
But here's the thing, though, too. Like, you got to remember, everyone's got like a strong suit, right? So, like, if you're thriving, see what the teacher should do is the teacher should be like, "Hey, smart kid, meet dumb kid.
But they're the
Go."
They're the kinds of people who are like, "Oh my god, this test is gonna be so hard," and they get like a 95.
Sure.
So fuck them. Sorry, Kate, if you're listening to this. Math
Burn.
is hard, but I fucking hate math. But I love calculus.
I think step
I love
one.
it.
That's great. Awesome.
I hate math. I love calculus. Shit was fun.
That's awesome. I think you should be in a calculus class, and someone who's struggling with calculus, I think the teacher should be like, "Hey, I'm going to pair you up with this kid and just help him out. You clearly get it." Because that's what happened to me. When I was like, I don't know what movable dough is, no one would tell me. Someone approached me after class and was like, "This is what movable dough is." The teacher should just be the bridge to that gap. Be like, "Look," and you can incentivize it too if you need to. Be like, "Josh, you're really good at calculus. You seem to know what you're doing. How would you feel about having a session, just not tutoring, but like just in class working with him, helping me out as a teacher?" I don't think that's
Nah.
unfair for the teacher to ask for a little help.
No.
I think that's perfectly fine. I think that's the teacher using their resources to the fullest ability.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that should be step one. Like, if
Seating chart.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, for sure, seating charts, or just be like, "Look, like, here's what I've learned in all my years of school. You need other people."
Sit next to the pretty girls.
Yeah, sure.
Don't show up to class early on the first day, and sit next to the pretty girls.
But look, the thing is, like, you gotta learn how to work with others, and I get that. But I think, like, group projects might not be the way. Group PowerPoints, definitely not the way. I've done group PowerPoints. No one does group PowerPoints, by the way. They send you their shit, and they're like, "I'm done."
I had
and then someone puts it all together.
last semester I had a group project I had to do, but the groups weren't assigned. You had to form them yourself, and I was like, oh, I'm already not getting any grades, any points on this assignment.
You didn't do it at all?
No. And I still passed all my classes except for the one. But that one didn't matter because I'm taking it now.
I'm not sure how to respond to that, Flex State, but look, obviously failing school is not great. Like I said, it's not hard to pass, but you can't blame the teachers entirely. You have to meet everybody halfway.
You're the one doing the work.
Yeah, you're the one doing the work. So
if you're not doing your assignments, that's on you.
Yeah, here's the thing. And most of my teachers have abided by this rule. They say if you don't miss an assignment, if you turn in every assignment and you get Fs on everything and you get an F in the class, I've been told this by a few teachers, I'll pass you with a D.
Because you're putting in the effort.
Because because there's visible effort. They're like, now if you turn in a paper and it's if you turn in something and it's 20 right out of 100, obviously then you're not really trying. But if I see that you're trying, then I will pass you. Mrs. Klee, my PE teacher.
Like if this grade was low, this next one's high, and then it kind of drops down, but then it kind of goes up.
My PE teacher, Mrs. Klee, in 7th grade, she's like, Alec, you're doing 10-minute miles, but I see that you're trying, you're getting a C. Because 10 minutes is a D. 7 minutes is a C. It's a big...
That's fucked up.
It was a big gap. But she's like, but you always try. And like there's other kids who just walked the mile and didn't really care. She's like, those guys are failing my class. But every time I see you, you're running. You're just not a fast runner. I was 85 pounds, bro.
You can't run fast?
Mm-mm. I was super malnourished. I was really not in good shape when I first moved here. But
that's fucked up though, to like run fast for a good grade for like to kids.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing is like at the end of the day, my PE teacher was still like, look, I see you trying. You have to fucking try. That's the penultimate thing is like, aside from understanding it, if you try,
the number 2.
Yeah, you will get it.
Yeah, but I still managed to fail it somehow in college. Well, I got a
you dropped out.
I got a W, so it's not as bad.
PE is an easy class, but so is math to some people. PE's hard to some people, and that's the thing is like, or fat, but
I'm both dumb and fat.
But at the same time, the teacher will recognize effort. People are people. They're not just teachers, right? They've seen some shit. They know someone in their high school who probably overdosed growing up.
They're people just like you and me.
They know someone who died in a car accident. They know people. They understand life. Most people get that. So when you see a teacher sit you down and be like, hey, I see that you can't run a mile fast enough, or I see you're not doing all the homework. Those are two things. Like, if you're getting homework and you're not doing the homework, then you deserve to fail. But if you're doing the homework and you're just not doing the homework correctly, then there's a
half credit.
There's half credit. There's always the point of like improvement. And then that teacher could be like, look, I see you trying. Here's the smart kid in the class. Work with him. Ask him questions. He gets it.
Or they're like, here's the library learning center.
Yeah. Go
to the LLC.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, Moore Park has so many resources, but the teachers don't go through. They go through the syllabus and they say, this is Access and this is the library learning center. Through the syllabus, day 1. After that, no one ever suggests going there. They're just like, I have to read the syllabus, so I'm going to read the syllabus. Every teacher at Moore Park does that. They go, I know you don't want to hear it, but I have to. I'm legally bound, legally obligated. I
don't think they have to.
They do. They 100% do. They 100% have to read it.
That's whack.
And if they don't, I'm pretty sure it's like probably not a huge punishment, but like also fat people. Yep. Failing PEs. You really fucking hate fat people and love PE. Failing PE is like failing English class when English is your first language.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I only retook it my sophomore year in summer school because it was recommended, first of all, and my teacher gave me negative points.
Damn.
Yeah.
But again, to reiterate, it's not hard to pass. You can pass with D's, but like, that's the thing is like, I don't want people to walk away with this being like, I don't have to try because it's the teacher's fault.
Because Alex says so.
Because Alex says so. No, I'm saying you have to try. You fucking absolutely have to try. And you have to be like bare minimum good. I've never done summer school ever because I worked my ass off.
Did it 3 years in a row.
And I didn't because I was determined to graduate the special ed program. And if I did summer school, I would not graduate the special ed program. Why? Don't be sorry. It is what it is, bro.
To be fair, he is on a delay, so we don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
with
that's
that,
true.
So it's kind of hard to pinpoint.
I'm not mad at you making fun of me, man. But I don't know. It's just like anything. Like it was a big thing in my life that a lot of people used to define me or classify me as, and it wasn't an accurate representation of who I was or who I am. But
being dumb.
Yeah, being special ed. But at the end of the day, it's like I learned, even as a special ed student, if you try, teachers will meet you halfway. And it's the same thing in life. If Josh bought a microphone, an SM7B, I bought a microphone for an SM7B. I put in the work for the podcast, Josh puts in the work for the podcast. I'm sure the second one of us stops, it will stop. But until that day, it's like, yo, like, if you try, I try. And you kind of feed off that energy, and then anyone around us, like, we appreciate the guests and everyone coming in and all that. It's like, that shit matters. But, like, I don't know, dude. Like, they came in because they saw us trying, not because they wanted to be famous on a podcast. They just thought it was cool. You know, it's like, it doesn't.
So we have people in the chat right now.
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't have to be.
Even if you're lurking, still appreciate
I know
you.
you're not dumb. You're just ugly, bro. Chill. Fair
no
enough.
one ever has both.
Yeah.
No one's ever smart and pretty.
Yeah. I text back fast. I fuck good, and I'm smart. I'm just not handsome. I'm not cute enough to date your daughter. That's all it is.
I don't know, man, about the fucking one. I haven't ever. Where's my sample size?
All right. Well, I'm gonna go take a piss and
Where's
let
my
you think about
data?
how gay that fucking was.
That's the point. Make you feel uncomfortable.
It worked.
Making you leave. I have succeeded. I do have some questions to ask you when you get back, though.
Well, figure something out because I'm not here.
I know. That's why I said when you get back, learn to listen. How's everyone doing? I'm doing good. We're also going to do something else different on the show. You can't see it yet. Flex Tape, why are you failing school? I want to know. Like how? I know online school is rough. We've all been doing it for like the same amount of time. But it's still the same like material, just a different. Are you like a visual learner? Like a in-person type thing? Need to see it in front of you? This is the point. I see. I'm not the show runner. I'm the show hoster. So everything kind of comes to a stop when Alec leaves to go to the bathroom. Because I ask the questions. I'm just going to sit and wait until he gets back. He's almost done. I can hear him. There he is. Hi.
Hey.
Clean the toilet, did you see?
Nope.
Oh, well, cool. A lot of things. How are a lot of things the reason you're... I want to know why you're not doing well. What's going on? You need to talk about it?
Yeah, man. First thing that comes to your mind when I asked Josh why you depressed, he said work.
Mostly to do with my own motivation.
All right, so let's talk about that. What do you want to do?
Pass school.
This is the one thing I don't like math. I'm not very good at math, but what I took away from math is isolate the variable. What's the problem? How do you solve that one problem? So if you have problems with your motivation, maybe start doing something that makes you feel confident or proud of yourself.
Do you know when you lost motivation? Is there anything you can attribute to that?
Is there a point in time when it clicked for you, like with Josh? He's like the holidays. Okay. And you're failing classes right now, right? So what classes are you failing and why are you failing them?
Hi, I'm Dr. Phil.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can't give that huge speech about being a teacher and being like, you guys need to try harder, and being like, well, don't fail class, try harder, read the books, like, you know, like.
Oh, that's our spoiler.
That's our show.
Take it again. Basically,
like,
start of January, so not that long.
Okay. And here's the thing.
3 months.
So let me just throw something out there and see if it sticks. It seems like with math is racist. It seems like with Corona going on, a lot of people haven't been able to be as social. What, Dr. Phil's tagged?
No.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not cool.
It's,
All right, well then you're welcome.
It as a link, Dr.Phil.
Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha. So it seems like with coronavirus, a lot of college students aren't able to go out and party and make social connections. I know every semester I've at least made one friend or connection to where I could be like, I got the number in my phone, basically. And that's a big part of kind of learning who you are and the college experience and all that. And if that gets taken away now because of coronavirus and everything's over Zoom, that's going to affect someone's motivation because they're less motivated to go meet people, right? And on top of it, it's basically impossible right now, unless you want to break COVID policies, which, neither here nor there. But
they're coming undone slowly.
They're slowly coming undone. We're coming to the end of this thing.
We can see the light.
Everything's gonna be okay. That's one thing I wish someone told me when I was younger, because everything is okay. Everything's gonna be okay. So just take a deep breath and understand that it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be alive.
Because you make those connections with the people in your class. You can use them as resources. That's how partying helps you. I'm
not saying partying like showing up to class hungover every day, but like being able to go out to like a school dance or a school event. A lot of people I've met were at those
going to like a football game.
Yeah, football games or fucking
baseball games.
We saw a volleyball game at Moore Park one time.
She didn't even know we were there.
It's whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like those things matter. Like we're social beings, and
whether you like it or not,
you may be feeling unmotivated because you're not around people who are your age doing what you want to do. And one thing I always talk about is how important it is to find community and find people. Is it lagging?
No.
Oh, it looks like it's lagging. Maybe I'm just talking fast. Be in a community around people that want to do what you want to do. That's going to help you feel motivated. And naturally, when you're hanging out with those people, you're going to start having conversations. And you're going to say eventually at one point, hey, Josh, want to start a podcast? And Josh is going to go like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And then you're going to buy those microphones. And then you're going to start doing it every day, weekly, for almost a goddamn year.
Yeah.
Almost a goddamn year. And that'll be that. But yeah, I mean, I really can't do too much more without more information, but motivation is hard to come by. So start small. Start giving yourself one thing. During coronavirus, I would wake up and I'd start watching a movie, because I know some movies would help me feel inspired or encouraged or get me motivated to just go on a walk, or,
if you have that
be
pile
creative.
of clothes sitting there, either put it away.
Go fold your clothes. Make your bed.
Or wash them.
If you haven't seen that video of the general talking about like making your bed every day, like start there.
It was like in the Marines or
Yeah.
a Navy.
Yeah. So he says, every day I wake up, I start with making my bed. And it's because I won that little battle. I start to take on more little battles.
I can do anything.
And after enough little battles, I realized I could win a big battle. But it all started with making my bed in the morning. You have to have discipline. You have to wake up and say, you know what? I want this thing, and you have to fucking and
then it turns into a habit.
You have to fucking work for it. You have to try. If you don't try, motivation's great, but like motivation's just a word. If you work at it, then that's action. I say this every time. I do music every day. I wake up, even if I'm not producing a beat, I'm opening up my DAW, and I'm fucking around for at least a few minutes a day. Every day it gets opened. And at the end of the day, it's paid off because I'm doing that for work. I'm always having people call me or hit me up and wanting me to mix or produce or etc. or do something for audio or music or sound. I contribute that wholly to the fact that I'm obsessed with it. Find something you're obsessed with. Find something you love doing. If you love playing video games, then fucking go in.
1v1 me, bro.
Then go in. Play some video games. If you love smoking weed, go in. Sell some weed. Yeah, we're gonna.
I wouldn't sell it.
No, obviously don't sell it. That's bad advice.
Buy a lot of it.
But you know, go smoke weed with somebody. Go see what someone else's motivations are. Go expand your horizons. Go drink a beer with a friend and talk some shit and do what we do.
Record it.
Record it. And
But
this
I'll
is
fucking come after you if you try to take our market.
yeah, I'll fucking murder you, bro. I'm coming anyone.
Bust your kneecaps.
Anyone can get it.
This is our market.
But at the end of the day, it's like, go find it. That's the hard part. But like, you have to do it.
Nike, just do it.
Just do it, man. And like, you gotta try. You gotta do your best. But at the end of the day, like, motivation's like only a word. Like, you can be. I'm not motivated to do this podcast anymore. I do it because it's still just something I love doing, drinking and hanging out with my friends. That's why I do it. It's because I'd be doing it anyway. I talked about this last week. The reason people on the reason people on social media seem so successful or happy is because people who go to the gym every day just started recording themselves at the gym. If they had the phone or a social media page, it wouldn't matter because they'd still be at the gym. Just find what you're doing and ask yourself, what could I record myself doing? What do I do that's worth recording and showing people?
It takes about 21 days to form a new habit, but that's doing it every day.
Every single fucking day.
A new habit usually takes a little more than like if it's new to you, a little more than 2 months, 66 days to be exact.
And it takes 3 times as long to undo a habit.
As much as 254 days until it's fully formed. So if you want to do something new, it's going to take you 2 months until you develop this routine to make this a habit. And it's going to take almost a year.
And you have to do it. That's all there is to it.
Got to do it. But 21 days isn't that long to develop a new or just a habit. Even if you have if you've done something off and on, 21 days isn't that long. It's already the 22nd of March. The first quarter of the year.
You could be halfway done. You could be halfway done with your habit forming skills, but you got to start today. Start making you better. Whatever it is, get your motivation up. It's going to be okay, but it's going to be better when you're more confident and motivated in yourself to handle your shit. I hope that helps. Sorry, fucking ranting, but
I'm going to transition really quick. What's your favorite juice?
Not apple juice.
I still like it after that.
I still like apple juice too, but if you drink a bunch of apple juice, you will shit your motherfucking guts out.
I recommend you try it. Go buy a gallon of apple juice. Drink half of it.
If that became an internet challenge tonight, I'm pretty sure the entire United States sewer system would fail.
Probably.
I'm certain of it. Certain
poo
of
in
it.
the streets.
There'd be so much shit everywhere. Apple juice, was it Mott's? Was it the specific kind, or just apple juice in general? Right?
I think it's just apple juice in general.
Apple juice in general just makes you shit. It makes you shit a lot.
It's a lot of fibrous juice.
It's so fibery. If you ever get constipated, drink 3 glasses of apple juice. You'll be clean for a week.
Your butthole will hate you, but
yeah, your butthole's gonna burn on fire. But you're gonna get whatever's. I'm sure apple juice cleared me out better than caffeine ever has.
That's probably a good weight loss technique too.
Yeah, just fucking all the Hollywood
apple
actors.
Juice cleanse.
All the Hollywood actors drink melted ice cream to gain weight, and then they just apple juice cleanse to lose weight.
So what
would you say?
What's your favorite juice?
I'd say gin and juice. No,
What's the juice?
I'd rather have the sauce. These are all terrible answers. I'm not even funny. What am I doing?
Fruit punch, grape, orange.
Ooh, I love Hawaiian punch.
Grapefruit.
I'd say
pineapple.
Hawaiian punch.
Hawaiian punch is your favorite juice?
The
red one or the blue one?
The red one. Always the red one. The one time where the conundrum of Doritos has a red bag and a blue bag, this one, the red one's better. Hawaiian Punch in the red.
But Cool Ranch Doritos are better than nacho cheese, yeah?
I actually like the red ones better, but popular opinion says blue, so that's what I'm basing it off of.
Spicy nacho is pretty good.
It took a weird shift too. As soon as you turn like 20, everyone said nacho cheese, then blue ranch, and then it's like any of the like
Cool
the purple,
Ranch.
whatever, any of like the purple like spicy ones. Those are everyone's favorite now, like the picante.
I
or
feel
the
like spicy,
salsa verde.
like spicy chips have kind of just come out of nowhere.
People all of a
in the
sudden
last,
just
like 5 years.
People started just liking spicy chips all of a sudden. I started loving some fucking jalapeno chips for sure.
Like, it just became a thing to just like hot chip.
Well, when you eat hot food, it releases endorphins, so it makes sense
It
that.
just makes me feel like shit.
Not me, man. You're half Mexican, bro, and you don't like spicy food.
I like spicy food.
It makes you feel like shit, though.
I just don't like hot chip.
Hot chip.
All girls know is use phone and eat hot chip.
Have you seen the meme where it's like bitches be like, and it's a picture of like iced coffee and a fucking like a vape, and it's like brunch.
Yes.
That's 100% how bitches be like.
Yeah. What's a fear that you've outgrown? Could be a rational fear. Could be an irrational fear.
For me?
Would you like me to go first?
Yes.
Swimming in the deep end of a pool.
I mean, yeah, but like that's like from being ages 8 to 9.
Okay, well, I've just recently got over it, so
Did you really?
go fuck yourself.
My bad, dude. I didn't know. I didn't know that was like a recent thing.
Yeah.
Are you on fucking YMCA swimming without my knowledge? I didn't know this was a thing you're facing every day.
No, it was in like the last 5 years, though. So, like, my adult
You
life.
said it was soon. How old are you?
25.
So in your 20s? When are you swimming in your 20s?
Whenever we've gone here.
Oh, and that's okay.
Still my adult life.
All right, no, that's fair.
Getting
Yeah,
out
you're
of
right.
Getting not afraid of the deep end no more.
I am delivered. All right, my bad. I didn't know that was like a thing.
It's a fear that you've outgrown.
I mean, I guess the same thing, but just when I was younger. But
Fucking cool guy over here.
you know,
Swimming in deep ends for a long time.
I still hate the fact that I was the only one in my family who never got like swimming lessons. But so I'm a terrible swimmer. But a fear that I've outgrown. I mean,
Clowns?
I don't know. No, I think I just get more fearful every year. I think every year I'm just like, I could
tack
die
on-
of cancer.
Tack on a new
The
one.
next year I'm like, I could die in a car crash. The next year I'm like, I could die of a fucking bomb.
It also doesn't help that you're a hypochondriac.
Yeah. Hypochondriac, paranoid, anxious, no social skills. I'm not really like I'm not really built for getting over fears.
You're built different.
Yeah.
Well.
I'm built broken.
Speaking of
I'm broke
being anxious, let's break into this.
Okay, let's go. You want to start it up or should
I
I?
got a marijuana joint. It's CBD, I guess.
It's only
Yeah.
CBD.
Tell
so,
what it, I don't know what it
so,
is. I don't know what I'm doing. Right now. I mean,
basically,
I know what I'm doing,
don't put it in your mouth while you light it. So let me get it.
Oh.
Yeah. Let it burn a little. Blow it out. Now just puff on it.
I'm used to lighting cigarettes.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Go like a. Like you know how they start cigars. So hit it again.
No, I don't know how they do cigars.
So you go.
Can I just do it like a cigarette now?
Sure, if you want. Go. That's good. That's good. You're good. You're good. So basically, these are just CBD joints, and it's something I've been wanting to smoke for a while. I've been starting vaping CBD, and it helps with anxiety and help me get some sleep and all that. It's basically as good as it does for me as I get meditation. I'm gonna hit this real quick.
Do your thing.
So nice. And it's nice to just smoke an actual flower because the vapes are great, but
It's something about different
something about just actually smoking herb is
organic
like,
material.
it's so much better. And
It's legal in every state.
legal in every state. And I just wanted to smoke it and like relax a little bit because it's not going to get you high. It's got anti-inflammatory side effects. It helps with anxiety and stress. And when I hit my vape, it helps me get to sleep a little bit quicker because it's like it's one of those things that like just quiets the mind for me. And yeah, it's just CBD, so it's gonna be yeah, no psychological effects or
no THC.
Yeah. So that's all there is to it. I mean, and I wanted to smoke it because I've had it for a long time, and it's about time. I wanted to smoke it out around in public. Here, look at that. I want to smoke it out and around in public, but like, we need an ashtray. We're gonna start doing this, just right there. But it's just it looks. I mean, it is weed, so like a cop would still probably ticket you.
You'll get stopped. Yes, anxiety is a bitch, but there are ways to go around it. Never just say like "fuck you" to your anxiety. Like, I'm gonna do this because I want to.
No, for me, it's more like deliberations. It's more like I'll meditate for a little bit, and like my anxiety will go away. And like I'm gonna do this thing for like 10 minutes, and you just fucking get off my back, dude. Like, you just leave me the fuck alone. That seemed to have worked.
For me, it's like it's more social than anything. So if I want to talk to someone and I don't do it, I'll just be like, "What do you have to lose?
Can I get a letter?
Do it, pussy."
Do it, pussy.
And then I just kind of do it. I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. I did it. Small victories. But I guess everyone's anxiety is different.
For sure. And the crazy thing about CBD for me is I've noticed when I smoke it, I actually feel the effects of alcohol a little more because I think without my brain stressing out, you can set that down too if you don't want to. We don't have to fucking...
Just fucking hold it.
We don't have to snort it.
I feel like my eyes got a little bit heavier.
Mm-hmm.
It usually happens when I smoke.
Yeah. But this is like... That's the crazy thing too, right? Because it's like... It's not like psychoactive.
Mm-hmm.
It's just... That's the calming feeling. That's your body being like... Oh... Like, that's the CBD side of marijuana. Yeah, man. I mean, I forgot what I was saying.
I just thought of something that relates back to the very first thing I've said about me being depressing.
Good. Yeah, good.
I also operate on like this 5-year kind of cycle where like every 5 years I just get around the same time too. It's around the springtime, or I just get like really fucking sad. And granted, I'm only 4 years out of the last time, so it's not quite 5 years exact. The last 2 times have been every 5 years. And so I'm coming up on that. But this time it's 4, so it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm. Well, only thing
Which is such a fucking weird thing to have. It's like, oh, every 5 years, okay. Well, you bottled it up. Time to get it out.
Mm-hmm. How do you release it? How does it get out?
I don't know, just talk about it.
I don't know. I start a podcast.
Yeah, just talk about it. Type of anxiety is, it feels like I might die and I can't breathe.
That's me. 100% of the time. I always, if you ever see me feeling my neck, I'm checking for, honestly, lumps because I got like a throat infection a year ago, and like I want to make sure my lymph nodes aren't like swollen up again. But it feels like my throat just starts choking in on me, and it's like that's why I love CBD. I'm like able to take breaths. Like so Google. I'm gonna Google one of my main causes for anxiety. I think
Google.
Short breath.
Shortness of breath. Mayo Clinic.
I don't want to say I like suffer from short breath.
That's a COVID symptom.
Yeah, hang on. I might want to say shallow breath or basically shallow breathing is when you're not breathing all the way in and all the way out.
Well, who?
Turns out that's how normal people breathe.
Yeah, I was like, who fully breathes in and out?
Or
is breathing all the way in the normal thing?
Just breathing is like super. So like usually when I breathe like.
I found out.
So they're really short and quick breaths.
I'm a really I'm a good cuddler, but I'm also a really bad one because I'll suffocate.
Why? You smother them?
I try to match their breathing pattern, and if
Is it too slow for you?
most times, yeah.
So that's the same thing I do, right? So breathing patterns, especially when you're sleeping, is so important, which is why when I meditate before bed, it's like really relaxing. See, I would have never done that normally.
Done what?
Taking that breath.
Oh.
I usually just talk my ass as fast as I can. Anyway, I'm gonna type in short breath again.
You
Short
spelt it wrong.
breath, and I know, I'm not a
Breathe.
great typer. Anxiety. Exam. Short breath exam. I don't know.
ANX.
IENTY.
I E.
Lift out the whole. Short breath anxiety. Everything's coming up for COVID right now because of surprise. I love that. The second link on Google. Is my shortness of breath an anxiety attack or coronavirus?
Both.
Long story short, my shortness of breath was anxiety attacks. And I went to the doctor to find out that they, in fact, were anxiety attacks. My heart's healthy, everything's good. But apparently, anxiety attacks are basically spawned by the short breath, causes your muscles to tighten, which is why I feel like my throat closes up and I can't breathe. And my body kind of shuts down because it's like, my body goes into fight or flight mode, but because there's nothing to fight and there's nothing to run away from, my body sits there and all the hormones get released anyway. So as the hormones get released, my muscles tighten.
Hello, sir.
And when my muscles tighten, it starts to hurt. Who is it?
Cripple Crip Walk.
Cripple Walk? What's up?
Said hello, Chads.
What's up, bruh? We got called Chads. That's the first time someone's complimented us.
It's not necessarily a compliment, but it's also not a bad thing.
I fucking take Chad as a compliment, bro. So yeah, so some symptoms are, these are shortness of breath from an anxiety or panic attack is different from symptoms related to COVID-19. And I'm only reading this because when I read it, there was not all these COVID-19 websites, but now there are because COVID-19 is super fucking hot right now.
Been hot for a
Been
year.
hot for a minute.
Long ass minute.
So,
Favorite beer?
my favorite beer?
Cripple Crip wants to know. There's so many.
Hoppy Poppy. If it was an IPA, Hoppy Poppy. If it's not an IPA, I would say
Bud Light.
nah, fuck that.
My favorite
805. 805. 805 is my favorite drinking beer. Hoppy Poppy is my favorite IPA.
My favorite beer is called Delirium Tremens. It's a Belgian ale. It's really good. It's got a pink elephant, a nice ceramic blue bottle.
That is actually really good beer.
It's tan ceramic, but it's got blue trim on the logos.
Fun fact, delirium tremens is also the name of the medical condition that kills people from alcoholism or alcohol withdrawals.
Sweet.
So, everything's going to be basically COVID-19 related because COVID-19 is popping off right now. But when I looked all this stuff up, it was basically like saying the same thing. But it's just differentiating COVID between panic attacks, which is what I was suffering from. And I hate using the word suffering because like I don't want to sound like a victim. But it's also just like, that's just kind of what they say, suffering from panic attacks.
It's an ailment.
Yeah. A mental illness, if you will. Anyway. What is the difference? Shortness of breath from an anxiety or panic attack is different from symptoms related to COVID-19 in that it typically lasts from 10 to 30 minutes. These episodes of brief periods of shortness of breath are not accompanied by any other symptoms and don't continue over an extended period of time. Shortness of breath related to COVID-19 lasts longer than 10 to 30 minutes. Lasts longer than a 10 to 30 minute period and might be accompanied by other symptoms, including fever, dry cough, chest, tightness, chills, and a bunch of other symptoms. According to Magdalena's Sparius, MD, acting chair of the Department of Psychiatric and Hackensack University Medical Center, during the COVID-19 crisis, it would not be unusual for anyone to experience an anxiety attack, which is why I said again why I went to the hospital. Some people may have experienced these before and been diagnosed, and others have been experiencing them for the first time due to the high stressful circumstances. She adds, an anxiety attack usually has a quick onset and can come from a feeling of fear or discomfort. This shortness of breath can often be reduced by deep breathing exercises other healthy coping mechanisms. This is why I picked up meditating. See, I'm talking all weird. But breathing is like super important. And I'm gonna read the exercise they recommend in a little bit. But for me, it was like I would always throughout the day, like I'm ready to fight, because my fight or flight mechanism is broken. Basically, this could stem from childhood trauma, PTSD, CP.
The fuck is that?
CPT, complicated CPTSD, complicated post-traumatic stress disorder.
What? How's that different from regular PTSD?
It's complicated.
That's so dumb.
Okay. Either way, the first breathing exercise they recommend is the 4-7-8 breathing. A simple deep breathing exercise can help manage an anxiety attack and provide a calming sense in a stressful situation. Try this. Sit or lie comfortably with your back straight. Exhale. Oh, they skipped step 2. Am I wrong? There's no step 2.
Oh, yeah, they just...
There's no step 2.
Fuck it. Step 2. Doesn't exist.
Sit or lie comfortably with your back straight. Exhale completely through your mouth. Close your mouth tightly and inhale through your nose to count to a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale audibly through your mouth for a count of 8. Repeat steps 3 through 6 3 times for a total of 4 breath cycles. I do this exercise for 10 to 15 minutes a night when I was doing it. And I got to say, it gives you a pretty decent head high. It'll give you a nice little balance. It really calmed you down.
So does tobacco.
Yeah, sure. But that's the thing too, is like tobacco's got the same 2, 3, 4. Like it's breathing. That's the important thing of it. Smoking will kill you, but at least it tells you to breathe and calm down.
Makes you feel good. So CPTSD stands for Complex Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder. It's a mental health condition in which a person might experience intense PTSD symptoms that coincide with other mental health issues.
That's what I think.
So it's just 2 at the same time.
Fair enough. I watched a video from the School of Life on YouTube that covered that, and they said it was something about like usually more childhood trauma or
anything that has to do with that past.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, but like you can have PTSD from a car accident, right? Remember when
as long as it happened in the past, yeah.
Remember when I got in my car accident and you were pulling out to drive me somewhere, and I was like, I tightened up and I grabbed the handle?
Yeah.
That's PTSD.
Yeah.
I don't do that every time now. That's gone. CPTSD is something that happened very long ago that you can't get over.
Well, it's
like
a mix.
Childhood trauma, abuse, yeah. Well, everything's going to be happening in the past to you that's going to affect you. But
yes.
It's the duration of it, I think, that makes it complex because it's more deeply seated. Anyway.
So that's how you breathe.
That's how you breathe. And
it helps.
That's, yeah. It's one of the things for me that has made the biggest difference. And CBD joints aren't psychoactive, and sometimes the psychoactiveness is what causes me to freak out, and not freak out, but like I've definitely had a few marijuana experiences where I smoke a little weed and I'm like, I want to go home. Take me home. I want to go 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 home.
Mom, they're smoking weed.
But with CBD, it's different. It's more just like it's anti-inflammatory. So the reason you're not feeling like you're breathing is because your neck muscles are tightening up, and your body's probably getting the same signal mine is to either run or fight. And if you don't have anything to fight or run from, then you're probably not gonna exert those hormones that your body needs to because they're now in your system, and they're just going to fucking cause muscle aches. Mine's like a chest pain, or body aches, back aches. It could be headaches, whatever it is. It could even be Josh's shoulder.
My shoulder's good. It's
all better?
Yep. Not because of this.
It's because of the CBD.
A couple days ago.
But it's one of those things like it kind of all starts with breathing, and like if you can breathe a little bit, they say that you should do it before, as soon as you wake up, and then before you go to bed, and that way you'll have like a calmer day. And I've done it before, and it really does help just to like catch your breath, take 10 minutes to yourself, and just kind of reflect.
Routines.
This doesn't get me high, so I feel comfortable enough to like drive and just live normal life, day-to-day operations. And I feel like the high sometimes is what gets the paranoia or the panic a little more exaggerated. CBD is just like when I grab my neck, like my neck wasn't squeezing on me anymore. Like my neck muscles have relaxed. I feel just calmer. That's it. I can light this back up.
The last thing I have on my note list is, what do you think about, this is recent news, Kylie Jenner begging for donations for her makeup artist. So if you don't know what happened, her
Go ahead and
makeup
tell the story anyway.
her makeup artist got in a car accident and needs emergency brain surgery that cost $60,000.
That's a lot of money.
And this is her personal makeup artist. She's worth $990 million. She's worth $1 billion. And she's asking her followers and supporters to give money to her, someone she pays on,
So she'd save money.
on the regular, to pay for their surgery. When she donated $5,000 of herself. Ooh,
That's not a lot.
that's not a lot compared to $1 billion. Granted, it's not liquid cash; it's all assets. It's different, but still, principle.
How do I feel about that?
Yeah, what do you think about that? Her asking her supporters, "Hey, help out my employee." $60K, $55K, really. That doesn't make it any better.
That's weird, right? I feel like it's dumb. Not because she's trying to save her life. Are we not drinking the last one? Is that a wall beer?
Oh,
There's no room anyway.
I didn't even. I
Is there
thought they
one
were
more?
all good, all done.
Can I finish it up? Do you want to put that on a wall or no? I don't really care.
No, it's not a wall beer. It's a good beer. It's not a wall
It's
beer.
good beer. But I just want to...
I thought they were all gone.
No, I want to nip on this. Keep it going a little longer.
There's other shit in there.
Yeah, I mean, but like...
Claws of the law.
I don't want to keep switching it up. Anyway, I feel like it's dumb, right? So, like, not because she's trying to give money to someone to, like, save their life. But, like, if it didn't happen already, if the brain surgery didn't already happen, then the makeup artist is probably dead, right? Like, has the surgery already happened?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it.
Can we look it up? Just because I feel like it's an important distinction. Because if there's somebody dying and she starts to GoFundMe, that's shitty. That turns from, like, dumb to shitty because, like, you're waiting this long. If it really mattered, you'd fork out the cash. You have $1 billion. Granted, it's a lot of money, but you'd fork out the cash. If the surgery's already been done and you're trying to recoup, then you're a piece of shit person. Because you're just trying to use your fans or your fan base to pay for everything. That's the makeup artist, or is that an ad?
That's the makeup artist. That's some dude.
Was the surgery performed? Was his life saved?
I gotta do some research, man.
Yeah, no rush.
I gotta find it first.
No rush. Yeah, man. CBD really just calms me down. I'm chilling right now. Like I'm not high, but I'm just like my whole body just feels relaxed all of a sudden. It's for sure
They did have the surgery.
already, right? So they're trying to recoup what they've spent.
Yeah.
So that's shitty. That's
Cover medical costs.
that's now shitty, right? Because it's paid for.
Yeah.
So, who was it paid for by insurance or Kylie Jenner? Because I doubt Kylie Jenner
By someone.
fronted it, but like it got paid for. The thing got done. So maybe it came out of that guy's insurance, and she donated $5,000 to help him out. And she's like, "Well, I'll just post this thing, and people will just give you money." That's shitty, because one, his life is already saved. It's not like he can't afford it. It was done and paid for, and now you're just trying to use people to recoup what you've lost. That is fucked up.
Especially when
That's
you
how I
have
feel about that.
a multi-million-dollar business.
Especially when you're as successful as she is, and as rich and wealthy and expendable, liquid. Like $60,000 is a lot of money to me. If there was a GoFundMe for me and my brain surgery, that'd be awesome. I hope people would donate that.
That would make the difference.
But you had the surgery. Hopefully they're okay. Like, I'm not wishing anyone ill will. I'm just saying it's shitty now because she's probably looking at it as a business decision to use her fan base for money that she's lost to recoup.
To remove a brain tumor costs $20,000 to $33,000.
Was it tumor surgery or just
It was
from the car crash, right?
from a car accident, but that's just how much to remove a brain tumor costs.
So it's probably about the same, right? I mean, and here's the thing, like, was that $60,000 paid through the insurance? Does Kylie Jenner...
Once again, that's undisclosed.
I know, but like, I'm bringing up important points. Like,
Oh, sure.
maybe Kylie Jenner should pay her workers more so they can afford health insurance. Do you really want to make, if you're a $1 billion company and you don't give your employees benefits, health benefits, and you don't pay, you either give them health benefits so they can afford it with not as much pay, or you don't give them benefits and you give them enough money to go out and get their own plan by themselves. You don't do that? Is that not something that's done? You don't handle as a $1 billion company with only 7 employees? Those are important questions to ask. And if
Kylie.
and if those questions don't really get asked, then you shouldn't expect anyone to give you more money to subsidize what you've lost. Because granted, like, I hope he's doing okay. I know nothing about this person. I wish no one ill will. I don't know why he got in an accident. I don't know why the surgery was. I don't know a lot of things. But it seems like you're using the cloud of an accident, clout rather, not cloud, of an accident to be like, oh my God, this happened. Donate money to save this person's life.
It's also, you have like,
And their life's already been saved.
you have millions and millions of followers. Like, even if you have like 70 million people and they all give you $1, that's still
$70
$7
million.
million.
Yeah. And that's the thing is
Like, if we had everyone watching the show right now give us $1, we'd have like $3.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's the thing is like, when you sit down and look at it, it's like the surgery's already done. It's not like the surgery wasn't affordable. I know someone whose animal had to go into surgery recently, and they did a GoFundMe, and they were able to get the funds. And because they got the funds, they saved their cat's life. That is understandable. They couldn't afford it. This is already something that's been done. If it wasn't paid for by his insurance or her company's insurance, it just seems shady. Because here's the thing. Here's the worst part about the GoFundMe, right? Or whatever program, whatever software she used. You say, I need $60,000. And everyone goes, brain surgery to save his life? Here's money. It doesn't cap at the $60,000 you set. It could go to...
Keeps going.
It could
There's
go...
no limit.
It could go as much as people want to donate. So now anything beyond that is just profit for you from a post. Yeah, that's shitty. I mean, no matter how you look at it, that's just shitty.
Yeah, she got clowned really hard on Twitter.
She should probably be like investigated. That seems actually way more unethical than, now that you like sit down and break it down, it's like, that's super unethical. I'm gonna go blow my nose. Unethical bitch. Sorry, I'm just kidding. I love you. You're super hot. Call me.
Kylie Jenner is not. She's 23. How does that make you feel?
Like I want to have sex with a 23-year-old?
There was nothing wrong with that. He said, I want to have sex with a 23-year-old. But the fact that she's... I mean, granted, she had a lot of help from her family to make all of her money. It's all just... You can thank Kim for having that tape.
Well, Josh, let me ask you, how do you feel about your boss being 22?
Yeah, it sucks.
That's the same thing.
I don't want to fuck him.
Look, and that's the thing. I mean, you know, give it a chance.
He looks like a dad.
At the end of the day, like, I think the important thing I've learned, it's not someone's job that defines them. It's not someone's wealth that defines them. It's not someone's education that defines them. It's, can I sit down and drink a beer with this person? And I know that sounds super dumb, but
Kylie Jenner does not drink beer.
at the end of the day, I probably couldn't drink a beer with Kylie Jenner. I would love to like have mindless sex with her. But she probably wouldn't want to have mindless sex with me.
You know what she used to look like?
Yeah, I know. But she's hot now, so who cares?
I disagree.
She had to grow into herself, bro. Who cares? At the end of the day, could I sit down and drink a beer with her? Probably not. I don't think we have anything in common. I don't think there's anything for us we could actually even talk about. And I feel like there's just so many things that she would be like, and then I asked for this type of cheese at this banquet, and I'd be like, I don't know what that type of cheese is, and I didn't know that type of banquet existed. And she'd be like, peasant. And I'm like, can I fuck you now? Like, that's literally the only thing.
It's almost like they're not even real people.
I mean, they're celebrities. So, I mean, there's a detachment both ways, right? I don't understand their life. They don't understand our. We don't understand their life.
I'm sure
you know
they
what's crazy?
understand our lives.
When you really think about it, there's more people who don't understand their lives than there are rich people who don't understand poor people's life, because there's just more poor people.
I'm sure they understand what it's like to be poor.
I don't know if that's true, though.
Because, I mean...
They've never been poor.
Some of them probably have been.
But not for very long.
I mean, you still experience it.
Yeah, but they also grew up rich pretty quick. And
Not all of them.
even Kim Kardashian was like around Paris Hilton at all times through her 20s. So it wasn't like she wasn't attractive enough to garner attention.
She wasn't.
She was hot back then too.
No, she was not.
Show me. I gotta look. Kim Kardashian wasn't even hot back then.
No.
Are you both gonna? I would, bro. She looks like a young Leela Star.
She looks fucking disgusting.
I think she looks good. She looks cute. She does look super young, but I think that's kind of... Yeah, bro. I think she's fine.
Nah.
Whatever, dude. I think she looks better in those pictures than she does currently. It's all surgery now, but like... Yeah, dude.
It's makeup and how you apply the shades.
All right, well, whatever. It doesn't matter, but like...
They're natural. How dare you?
She was cute and she was around that lifestyle. So she's used to being like, trust me, bro. Even if you don't think she's cute, she's at a bar at Paris Hilton. Someone's be like, hey, baby, let me buy you a drink. Hey, baby, let me buy you a Ferrari. Like, those guys are out there.
Where's my Saudi oil princess?
Not here. Not princess. Like, they have an account. Like, they give them the money. Yeah.
That's our one current event.
Hmm.
The brain surgery GoFundMe.
Yeah, we finally got one, right? I can talk a little bit more about mental health and shortness of breath and anxiety. I found a different website that I usually go on to.
Summarize.
So
I know you like to talk a lot.
Well, I'll read the overview and then the symptoms. How's that?
Go ahead. I'm going to pee.
Okay.
While you do so.
So back to Flex Tape's anxiety and the anxiety I have.
Called out.
He put it on the internet, man. I'm just reading what he wrote. Experiencing shortness of breath or other breathing difficulties can feel scary, but it's not an uncommon symptom of anxiety. Many people worry that a symptom affecting their breathing must come from a physical issue. In fact, your mental health affects your physical health in a number of ways. While anxiety can cause shortness of breath and other physical symptoms, it is important to acknowledge that the experiencing shortness of breath for other reasons may also create anxiety. Here's what you need to know about the symptoms and when to see a doctor. So that's something I haven't said yet. It is a treatable thing. I don't know if it'd be a treatable... It's not like an infection or a disease. It's just a treatable illness. Inaptitude. Anxiety is your body's natural fear response. This is known as the fight or flight response. My doctor told me this is broken inside me. That's the pumpkin kush. Your body reacts in physical and mental ways to prepare you to either fight or run from the situation. Shortness of breath in one of these responses, you may feel like you can't catch your breath. Tightness in your chest, or like suffocating, or are hungry for air. For me, it's right here in the neck where I'm suffocating, and my chest gets tight. Studies have shown a strong association between anxiety and respiratory symptoms, including shortness of breath. Other symptoms that can occur during the response and as a result of anxiety include faster breathing, chest tightness, breathlessness or feeling of suffocation, feeling like you have a lump in your throat, muscle tension, heart palpitations, which is what I also had, feeling faint, dizzy, unsteady, nausea or stomach discomfort, restlessness or irritability, or feeling on edge. And mind you, these can all be symptoms of withdrawal from alcohol. So that's why I was confusing it with alcohol withdrawal. And I went to the doctor and I was like, I think I have alcohol withdrawal and I want to figure that out. And he's like, tell me your symptoms. And then he's like, I don't think you're drinking too much to have alcohol withdrawal. I do think it's all in your head. It sounds like your fight or flight response is broken, which I really appreciated hearing. But what causes shortness of breath? What causes shortness of breath from anxiety? Shortness of breath and other physical symptoms have been in fight or flight response to protect you. With anxiety, you may not be running for your life, but your body still responds as if you are. You're experiencing chest tightening, shortness of breath, and faster breathing because your body is trying to get more oxygen to your muscles, preparing you to run. Your heart rate increases and you may feel hot or as more blood pumps to your muscles, preparing you to fight. All of those symptoms are normal body responses designed to save your life. Of course, you probably aren't often running or fighting for your life from wild bear attacks or men with chainsaws. But your body still reacts to your trip to a crowded grocery store, your work presentation, and other anxiety-provoking events as if you were. So anything that makes you anxious or upset or scared or nervous, even like if you're gonna present in front of a class, that triggers the same response. So my response triggers every time. Every time something I get nervous about, it triggers that response. So sometimes when we're doing the podcast, it triggers the response. And I'm like, if we have a guest on and I'm nervous, that triggers the response. For me, it was everything triggered that fucking flight or fight, adrenaline, and fucking life or death scenario in me. That was part of the CPTSD video that I saw on the School of Life talking about that. So yeah, just take some moments to breathe, catch your breath, and it sends the signal to your brain saying, hey, whatever danger you thought we are no longer in that danger. And then it'll tell your body to kind of do like a diagnostic of like, is there anything hurt? Did I get any bite wounds? Did I get any scratch wounds? And then your body will be like, I got a scratch wound, heal it. If your body sees no wounds, no damage, it'll go, oh, we're all good. Now I can worry about that headache. Now I can worry about that tightness in the chest. Now I can worry about that back pain. Now I can worry about whatever else in the body is ailing you and fix that. So the better you get in your mental health, basically, the better your physical health will also increase with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mental health.
Mental health checks.
Are you okay, homie?
It is a mental health checkpoint, homie. Are you okay?
Well, I'd say if anyone has any questions they want to ask, go ahead and drop them.
Now's the time.
Drop them in the chat.
I'm hungry.
And we have a lot of anime to watch. We have
But with food.
6 episodes.
And a little bit more of this joint to smoke, so we'll save that for a little bit. But are you feeling any side effects from the CBD? You feel more relaxed, more calm, anything?
I feel calm.
I feel calm, and then I also, like I said, I felt a little more drunk, too, all of a sudden. Like, because my body wasn't so tight and wound up, it was just more like, okay, well, now this can just go through your system.
I feel loose, but I can still operate a motor vehicle.
Totally, right? And that's why this is why I like these. It's like, all of a sudden, it's like, I don't have the anxiety of, like, if
I could drive a forklift.
If I wanted to go out somewhere, I'd be like, oh, don't talk to those people. Like, don't say anything. Like, don't have a conversation. But now I'd be like, okay, well, like, do I need to have a conversation with them? Then I will.
I'd still walk past a group of teenagers and be like, fuck these kids.
Cool.
I mean, that's just how I am regardless.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's fine. It's like a personality thing. But, like, for me, it's like, my anxiety is, like, crippling in the sense of, like, I won't go.
And if they laugh, I won't think they're laughing at me.
Yeah, no, we talked about that too. Remember, like at school, like you hear a group of people laugh, and you're like,
they're laughing at me.
That's anxiety. That's immediately anxiety.
Yeah,
thinking anyone's out to get you.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's good to know that like that's not actually the case. But yeah, I'm good to go if you want to go. I gotta piss again, and let's get some food. I'm hungry.
Well, no one has said anything, so
let's end it. It's been a good 40 seconds.
Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for anyone who's watching. Thanks to anyone who's listening. We'll be back on Wednesday, same time, same place. Watch us live, you idiots. You listeners. My name is Josh.
My name is Alec. Thanks for hanging out with us. Oh, that was perfect.